Hi everyone. It's been a while since I put a video out on YouTube, a number of years actually, so I thought I'd update exactly how the machines are that I was discussing in my prior video, in my old garage. I've moved since then. I'm in a different home, and now I have one of the machines out in the garage, the GX240, which is running Ubuntu Linux, because I had XP on that one, and of course it's not supported anymore, so I decided to go with Ubuntu and see how I'd actually run it before, and I decided that was a good option for keeping it around, and I use it, I fire it up once in a while, update it, and use it as a backup, primarily backup things to it, but I do use some of the utilities too. The machine runs very slow, so I don't run an awful lot on it. I don't use it for an awful lot, except maybe copying files back and forth and playing around with Linux, which I was kind of interested in. But anyway, the other machine, the GX280, I still have running. In fact, it's the machine I'm using right now to create this video. And the only thing different about it from the last time is I've replaced the CD DVD multi player up here, recorder, and I did that recently because the one I had in it started not wanting to open. The door started not wanting to open. It took me a few times. It still worked, but I decided for $35, why not throw a new one in there. Other than that, it still has the 1 terabyte hard drive, and I'm still running Windows 7, anxiously awaiting Windows 10 to come out in a couple of months, and I'll update this machine to that. But as far as the look, let me see if I'll just show you here. It still looks pretty much the same. I have it hooked up to this monitor, which, as you can see, it's nice looking, and I've also got it hooked up occasionally to this TV up here, so if I want to watch a TV show or something, I can do that. I used to have a second hard drive in it, and a couple of months ago I noticed my machine was slowing down, so I ran a Dell utility. These are all Dell machines, so there was a utility on their website, so I ran it, and it checked out my system and found a couple of problems, and one of them was that the second hard drive, which a friend had given me, which reported that it was fine, and most of the software that I have and the Dell utility showed as being severely damaged and needed to come out. So I popped it out, with no big deal, because I have a 1 terabyte C drive, and the machine suddenly was running much better. And I think the hard drive, as I'm reading here, the hard drive that was damaged was actually taking a lot of the resources away from the machine, causing it to slow down. So some of the things that I was experiencing, like videos that were choppy, that went away. And in general, it's a snappier machine. Now, the interesting thing about this machine is it's not one of the dual cores or quad cores, or it's a simple Pentium 4. And this machine, according to a date that's inside of it, says it was actually came off the assembly line in 2007. So under today's standards, you would think this would be a real clunker of a machine, but that's not my experience with this machine. I use it as my primary machine for doing a lot of the things, all of the things really that I do. I have a more expensive brand new machine that I bought, well, newer. It was brand new, newer machine. I bought it in 2009. It's a quad core, and it sits in my living room attached to my 46-inch TV, and I use it. I'll usually watch. I use it for like videos and TV shows and other things. I can play it right. It's just another attachment, like my Apple TV is to my TV in the living room. And it works very well, and but I don't usually sit down at that machine to do any kind of spreadsheets or documents or anything like that, because the screen's really too large for. I could do it, but it's too large really. And this machine that I have, which originally cost me in the bedroom here, it really cost me $15 and was literally falling apart. It looked like it was falling apart. in the thrift store, but when I got it home and got it all shined up and new parts, it's such a nice machine and does everything I need to do that I just use it for my. I do some writing, so I can sit down and I write, and I occasionally do little spreadsheets and things, and Facebooking and that sort of thing on this machine. So anyway, that's sort of the update on this, and I'll probably put another one out in a couple of months once I get Windows 10 on here. From what I read, it should run fine. I'm a little worried about some of my older software that may stop working under Windows 10, so I might have to update things that I have on here, like PDF. I have a fancy program I bought that does PDFs and allows me to edit and do things I occasionally need to do, and that may well stop under, because it's not the latest version. I may have to update that and one or two other things, but I'm going to do it since it's free. And probably I will update the one I'm using on my TV set in the living room, and most likely my laptop as well. Now the laptop, if you're interested, the laptop I have is a Compaq, and it's right here. And this is, I've had it for a number of years now, and it's still a fine machine. And the only thing I've done to this machine is the battery went dead, and I got a little message saying, hey, battery's no good and you're going to have to replace it if you want to keep using your machine. It wasn't that long of a comment, but that was the gist. So I went to Amazon and bought a new battery for $12, which surprised me, the price, and this was about 2 years ago. And it's running fine and keeps running fine. Now I had a keyboard problem. Some of the keys broke on the top row, and I was thinking, what do I want to do about that? And so I went to Amazon again, looked up the keyboard, and they have a number of brands of keyboards identical to the ones that this machine works. I ordered it, installed it, and now it's just working fine. So I have no intention of updating this laptop anytime soon. It's like the other machines I have. It's just as long as you can work on them, as long as you can get into them and change parts, you can keep them going. And unless the performance is suffering, which really it's not suffering at all. And if I was doing gaming or something like that, then I might need a faster machine. But I don't do gaming, and so for everything that I do, these machines are great, and they're saving me money in the long run by not having to buy new machines, which in the old days the operating systems almost require that you buy a new machine because they sucked up so much system resources. You needed faster processors, etc., etc. And but these days it's not like that. It's kind of like the trend is to stay, they're a good level right now, and as long as they stay at this level, you can get your work done and have fun. And so that's where I am with most of my equipment. I don't even have a desire right now to purchase a PC or another laptop, even though I know there's ones around. The new laptops, I don't. They're pretty, they're nice, but a lot of them are glued together. They don't have internal hard drives. Some of them, they depend on the cloud, which I do use the cloud now a lot. And I see certain advantages, but not when it comes down to replacing a hard drive or anything that breaks. These older PCs, it's a cinch. You open them up, and as long as the motherboard is good, you can do your thing and get them back going. And so that's what I'm doing. So anyway, I would show you the old machine in the garage, except I'm sitting here in my bedroom right now, and so maybe in future I'll go out and you can visit that. It's an older machine. It's only got a gig of RAM, and so it doesn't run a lot of things. But for networking, for getting it going, and having all these machines seeing each other, it's great. I can go out there and putter around in my garage. I can go over there if I want to, search for something. If I'm working on my car or something, I can run a YouTube video and see how to do things and that sort of thing. And it's all in Ubuntu. So maybe in future I'll do a video like that. So anyway, thank you for your time, and see you soon.